What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here. We are back with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be against Alexander, a person I battle off my Discord server. So if you guys are interested in a Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle and trade Discord chat room and a place to hang out and find Wi-Fi battles, definitely check out my Discord server. A link will be in the description. Now, me and Alexander are having a never-used battle today, as he's packing a pretty threatening team featuring Meloetta. He has Garbodor and Whimsicott and Barbarical, which can be a pretty big threat, and he has a Hitmontop, which is pretty bulky. As I'm packing a pretty threatening team featuring Guts Machamp, the most broken Pokemon any never used here, alongside Cacturne. I also have a very fun Claydol set and Kingler. I'm bringing that Pokemon back, and we have a pretty fun battle for you guys. So gonna lead off with my Scarf Haunter, my Catch D's hands, and my opponent just decided to lead off with the Whimsicott. Now I anticipated the Whimsicott lead, so I led off with my Haunter because Whimsicott leads up very well. So my opponent actually anticipates the choice Scarf Haunter because it's quite a common set. So my opponent brings in the Weedle vids, or Weedles vids. That's just lovely nickname, man. I love it, because it's pretty accurate, if I do say so myself. I don't know why you guys watch my videos. They're pretty trash. IMO, I would definitely recommend checking out Visually's or Ferlicify's videos. They're definitely much better than mine. Anyway, I'm gonna bring in I'm Fragile here, the Auroras, as Garbodor is just gonna lay up a layer of Toxic Spikes, and I'm like, oh no. I have no way to remove the Toxic Spikes because I don't have Cursed Body Gengar. Thank God, right? I mean, if I had Cursed Body Gengar, I would not be in this situation. This is why Cursed Body is better than Levitate. Anyway, now my opponent's gonna bring in the Fidget Spinner. I'm not too sure what that's supposed to mean, but yeah, gonna get the Intimidate, and now I'm just gonna go for the Hyper Voice and do some chip damage to the Fidget Spinner, as it does about half health, which is pretty respectable. If I was Snow Warning, I would have done more, but it's okay. I like Refrigerate because I bred this thing like one of the first Pokemon I bred in X and my Wiss is Auroras, so it's a pretty cool Pokemon. It holds a place in my heart. Anyway, I'm going to bring in the Haunter here, as my opponent's going to click Close Combat. That was pretty obvious, honestly, and Hitmontop really can't touch Haunter. I don't think Hitmontop gets knockoff, and if it does, oh well, it got me. So now I'm going to expect my opponent to switch out into the Garbodor, and I'm going to bring in my Claydol, the Sightstone, as my opponent is going to switch out and bring in Weedle's vids once again, the Garbodor, and thankfully I did get that play correctly. I don't think my opponent wants to risk setting up entry hazards against a Rapid Spinning Claydol, because that's obviously what every Claydol set is. So my opponent's going to switch out and bring a nice set up the Whimsicott, as I anticipate the Whimsicott switching and go for Ice Beam. Now, before you guys complain at me for not going for Rapid Spin, it's because I don't have Rapid Spin, because why would you run Rapid Spin on Claydol, a very coveted move that very few Pokemon get, when you can run a very heat moveset, which you guys are about to see. So my opponent's like, oh, I don't want to take another one of those Ice Beams. I'm going to U-turn out of here, as, oh, no, he procs my Weakness Policy. So I am Weakness Policy Claydol with max special attack. Now, this set is pretty weird. I mean, I wouldn't recommend using this set at home. I actually definitely recommend using this set at home, but I wanted to use it because Claydol's fun, and I just really love it, and I wanted to use it offensively somehow. So this is my method, and it's not the best method, but deal with it. So a Meloetta comes in here. That Ice Beam does absolutely nothing, as the Meloetta is going to decide to set up a Calm Mind, and I'm like, damn it, this thing's going to be such a hindrance to my team. So Meloetta proves to be a pretty big threat in the never use metagame. Obviously, I mean, this Pokemon special attack set's ridiculous. It's like near Alakazam level, or pretty close to it. And it's also immune to ghost type attack, so you pretty much only shot at killing it's through knockoff, and it can run the Relic Song set as well with the Fighting Z move, so it's like, damn. But not many people run that moveset because it's quite inferior to Calm Mind, but I'm sure that moveset definitely catches people off guard when they see it. But now I'm going to start setting up Calm Minds alongside the Meloetta because I'm done fooling around. I just want to set up Calm Minds and not let this thing get too many Calm Minds under its belt, because I do have 2 special attack boosts ahead of it, but Claydol's very weak, which is kind of why I put Weakness Policy on here to begin with. So, because the only way to kill Claydol is with super effective attacks, let's be real, you get Water, Grass, Ice, Dark, Ghost, Bug weaknesses, so it's pretty easy to catch the Weakness Policy, and I don't know, I thought it was a good idea. Don't judge me, guys, I don't have good ideas. I mean, I do, and then I have really bad ideas, and this may be an example of a pretty bad idea. But yeah, the Meloetta is going to keep setting up Calm Minds, and I'm like, this thing's special defense stats getting really high, so I'm going to just keep setting up Calm Minds alongside it. because I do actually carry Psyshock on this Claydol for whatever reason. I'm very glad I did, because I was like, should I get Psychic or Psyshock? Psychic or Psyshock? And I'm like, Psyshock. And I'm very glad that I taught it Psyshock, because in this situation, Psyshock is a lifesaver, because this Meloetta also carries Psyshock, and I haven't revealed it yet, so I think my opponent thinks, like, he thinks I'm gonna beat me, but I'm using a balanced Pokemon, and he's not, so I'm gonna win. But I have Psyshock, motherfucker, so I'm gonna go for Psyshock, and I'm like, this should knock him out easily. But his Meloetta's like a really weird, like, Fizz-Def Meloetta spread that now exists, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I mean, I looked it up, and I calculated it. I was, like, so curious. I'm like, there's no way Claydol's that freaking weak. And I'm like, yeah, it's because Meloetta's max defense, max HP. That's such a strange set. But, I mean, I guess it works because you can set up on a lot of things and probably get free stuff off and stuff, so. Yeah, Meloetta's just gonna keep getting leftovers. There's probably some RMT team, to be honest with you. I can imagine some person using this team on the ladder. Not that I play Pokemon Showdown that much, so I guess I'm not speaking from experience, but I can definitely see someone using this on like a serious battle. But yeah, Meloetta's pretty strong if I do say so myself. But now I'm gonna bring in Catch These Hands. This thing is like +4 Spit Def, and I'm confident in Haunter's abilities to get out with Stab Sludge Bomb. And thankfully, we do actually get a critical hit, which definitely mattered. Goodbye, Meloetta. I don't even care who did. That thing's broken as hell. So now my opponent's gonna bring WeedleTwineedle once again. Very nice nickname. I'm very proud of you for roasting me like that, because I deserve to get roasted. I roast people all the time, so if you want to put me on the freaking roast, just do it. I don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna get hit by the Toxic Spikes, and now I'm just gonna set up more spikes in the field, so I'm putting on a lot of pressure, and it's just really annoying because my videos are pretty toxic, if I do say so myself, and I could definitely understand this name's reference. And, you know, definitely a pretty cool joke that wasn't taken from me. Not that, like, my nick for Garbodor was original to begin with, but I'm rambling on at this point. It's currently at 3 a.m., so I've been narrating at night a lot lately. But yeah, Hyper Voice is not quite knocking me up because I just hang on. My vids just hang on in the end. And I'm just going to keep laying up spikes against myself. So I'm just like, crap, man. I have a layer of Toxic Spikes and 2 layers of spikes to deal with, and Rhydon Stealth Rocks if it carries it. So I'm like in a pretty bad position at this point, and I'm very disappointed in Aurora's inability to knock out WeedleVids, but I guess I'm just that bulky, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm gonna go for Hyper Voice and knock me out, so down goes me, unfortunately. How depressing, but I won't die. I will live on. Anyway, my opponent, after I take all this life orb and poison damage, Aurora's unfortunately is not looking so great in this game. My opponent's gonna bring a Barnacle Head, the Barbaracle. Barbaracle Shiny looks really cool, by the way. I'm gonna go for the Razor Shell on me, and this is going to knock out my Aurora's. I wanted to save it, but you know, with the hazards up, there's no point in saving it. So Aurora's did a decent amount in this game, I'm not gonna lie. I could have laid up Stealth Rocks, but I felt like just straight up attacking it was more useful overall. So now I'm gonna bring in Shrek, and now I'm gonna get the Poison. So now I'm Guts Machamp with the Poison and Choice Band. So this is going to do so much damage. My opponent does not have a switch in, so my opponent's play is to sack off the Hitmontop to get the Intimidate. So he's gonna bring in his Fidget Spinner, and, you know, he's going to take a close combat to the face, and there's no way this thing's living it, except I'm a Specs Machamp. So I'm going to go for a Specs Focus Blast with my Machamp, with Shrek, and I'm actually going to knock out Hitmontop regardless. So if it was Fizz-Def Hitmontop, I'd get fucked. So, yeah, down goes Hitmontop. Very, very nice play on my part, if I do say so myself. As now, my opponent's going to bring in the nice setup, the Whimsicott. I think my opponent was like, what? I mean, normally, in normal circumstances, setting up Toxic Spikes against a Machamp is a very bad idea, but since you're battling me, I don't use freaking broken Pokemon, so you should be happy. Anyway, my opponent's gonna set up the Tailwind here, as, I mean, I don't use broken Pokemon as I send out Haunter. Not that Haunter's broken or anything, but it's in PU now. Haunter's in PU. It's gonna freaking haunt some people with the freaking Gozy move, I'm telling you. But yeah, my opponent's gonna go for the U-turn and weaken my Haunter. JK, I quad resisted it, but it's okay. My opponent's gonna U-turn out of here and bring in who needs an Evo, the Rhydon, as I'm just gonna go for Sludge Bomb. And Sludge Bomb is very much like Scald, that has a 30% chance to get that status. So we're gonna get that nice crispy Poison Hacks onto the Rhydon, and that was very nice for me. My opponent did set up Tailwind, so I'm like, I'm kind of concerned with Stone Edge, but I'm Scarf anyway, and I'm locked in with Sludge Bomb. So I'm gonna bring a Penny Pinchy, my Kingler that I still never fixed the nickname because I'm too lazy to, but we're gonna leave it like that, honestly. Like, that's just, it gives it character, naming it Penny Pinchy. So yeah, my opponent's gonna set up a Sword Stance on me, so I'm like, oh shit, this Rhydon's scary. But I felt like my opponent's like, wait a minute, he got poisoned before I did, so that means he's faster, therefore I should not stay in. So I decided to go for knockoff, anticipating Whimsicott to switch in. I don't know what I was thinking. That was like, so now I'm just gonna die to Earthquake, and That was like impressive. Like that's impressive how bad of a play that was. But it's okay. You gotta make those plays. You gotta take them. You gotta take them L's when you get them. And now Rhydon is gonna take more poison damages. Now, Tailwind's gonna peter out. I'm just gonna bring in Shrek once again, the champ, and I'm like, okay, so I can go for Focus Blast, or I can snipe the Whimsicott. So for some odd reason, I click Fire Blast as my opponent actually switches into Whimsicott, and I'm like, why? Why did you do that? I'm like, it makes no sense because Whimsicott wins, so why would he switch directly into it? I don't understand, but he did it, so I'm like, oh, I mean, I guess that works, right? Like, I don't know. But now my opponent's gonna bring in Barnacle Head, and I'm like, oh, I guess Barnacle Head is going to win because I'm locked in the Fire Blast. I do have 3 Pokemon left, so sacking off Whimsicott may have been the play. But I still had Haunter, so I guess I had a way around the Whimsicott anyway. I forgot about Haunter's existence. But yeah, my opponent's going to have a Shell Smash because she knows, or he knows, that I am locked in the Fire Blast because I am a champ that's going for special type attack. So obviously I'm Choice Specs. Like, I'm not that crazy to not run Specs on a special type attack in Machamp. Not that running special attack in Machamp is good or anything, it's just, you know, just Weedle things. Anyway, Razor Shell is going to knock out my Haunter, even though I'm Choice Scarf. Barbarcle is very fast. But now I'm going to bring in Shrek here, the Machamp. And I am Specs Machamp, and my opponent's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? I mean, I outspeed you, but Specs Machamp gets access to Vacuum Wave, and so here comes this power, and even at -1 Sped F, Barbarcle hangs on, and I'm like, no! That was my trump card, but unfortunately, Shrek could not quite do it in the end. So now that thing goes, is now I have to bring in my Cacturne here. It's my last Pokemon, and it all comes down to if I can like play Sucker Punch properly, because my opponent has Shell Smash, and I'm also poisoned, so he can definitely stall me out of Sucker Punches. So I'm gonna go for Sucker Punch just to reveal that. So my opponent didn't anticipate that. I should have just went for the freaking offensive move immediately, to be honest with you. That would have saved us a lot of time. But I'm like, well, I don't know what. It's currently like I do these battles late at night, so I'm like, well, I don't know what. It's 2 in the morning. I'm impatient as fuck. I am not going for Sucker Punch again. I'm just going to go for the freaking low kick, and I don't care. So my opponent does go for Shell Smash again. I'm like, that was easy. I don't know. I feel like Sucker Punch wars are pretty easy. I just got to think about it logically. Like, I'm poisoned. I mean, I feel like my opponent should definitely attack me because I'm poisoned. So I'm like, obviously, it's good. It's a good play for you to keep Shell Smashing. So that was just so obvious. I don't know. I feel like my opponent attacking me was definitely a better move. But either way, we were able to knock him out. It was a 50-50, but it was more of like a 75-25 in that instance. But my opponent still missed it. But anyway, my opponent's now going to bring in Rhydon, and I do outspeed it, so I can just go for Seed Bomb and win this battle with a narrow 1-0 victory. So definitely a very fun, never-used battle. I actually had a lot of fun, and it came down pretty close. And I know I got to use Specs Machamp. My opponent was shitting her pants, or his pants, the entire game, because, you know, he set up Toxic Spikes against a Machamp. But little did he know, I had the Specs Machamp under my belt. But I hope you guys did enjoy this Wi-Fi battle. If you guys did enjoy the battle and want to support my channel, please be sure to leave a like on the video, as it's the best way to show your support towards the YouTube channel, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, the question of the day is going to be, who is your favorite PokeTuber at the moment? Let me know in the comments down below, as I'm very interested in what you guys have to say about the Pokemon community and who your favorite, #1 PokeTuber is. And by the way, I am not allowed. If you put me in the comments, I'm gonna be upset. Anyway, my favorite YouTubers at the moment have got to be Pyrotas, because he's like dad, and he doesn't upload that often, but I still love him. I love him. And I also love Blunder, because he's just funny as hell. And he gives me very informative, he gives me knowledge on like what to prepare for in my next OE battles. Like, it's literally what I watch him for. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to expect when I battle on Wi-Fi? Great, thank you, Blunder, I love you. And yeah, that's pretty much it at the moment. I haven't been able to watch that many people. I'm trying to like scroll through my sub box, and I'm like, yeah, I just skip everybody at this point. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below who your favorite PokeTuber is at this point in time. And yeah, I'll check you guys in my next video. Alright, peace.